Well, the line combinations will change, obviously, but as far as how we're trying to play, I don't think we don't have to make changes. I think for me, it's more about just trying to define what it means to play the right way, and that's what we've tried to do since I've been here for the last couple of days. Is just to try to do my best to share my thoughts as far as what it means to play the right way, and we've made a few adjustments as far as tactically how we're playing. But for me, that's not the most important thing right now.
Is there any update on Nick Bonino, coach?
He woke up this morning, didn't feel well, so we kept him back at the hotel. He'll be a game-time decision.
I know Jeff, first goalie off the ice, assume he's starting tonight.
Yes, he is.
I know you've been here a number of times as an assistant since you were the head guy here, but is there any more emotion coming back here as a head coach into this building?
Well, it's all, there's always emotion. It's number one, it's my hometown, and I also had the privilege of coaching here, so it was a great experience. I love Boston. It's my hometown, so there's always something a little special when you come back.
What do you think about the matchup tonight? We've obviously talked to a lot of the guys about getting called up and stuff like that, but we haven't talked a lot about the Bruins. So what do you kind of see from them, home and home series, and what's going to be the challenge against them?
Well, they're a good team. They're very well coached. They're disciplined. They play with a lot of structure. Their power play has been really good this year. Obviously it'll be a big challenge. I think the one thing that Claude has done since he's been here is he's created a strong identity with that group as far as their discipline and their structure. So for me, we're going to have to make sure that we manage the puck coming through the neutral zone, and we try to create a 200-foot game for them. When we get our opportunities to make plays off the rush, we got to recognize them and take advantage. But I think we've got to make sure that we don't get stubborn when we don't have any ice to play on, and we might have to put the puck behind them and establish our offense that way.
You spent a lot of time with Connor and Kevin and Wilkes, obviously. What do you like about their games, and what do you want to see from them tonight, if they get in?
Well, they're both very good players. Connor's been a terrific player at the American League level for a number of years now. For me, when he was there, he was a point-a-game guy. He was really good on the power play. For me, he's an NHL caliber player. He's got great quickness. He's elusive in tight space, and he's got a high hockey IQ. So, I'm sure Connor will fit right in. I think Kevin Porter is a similar guy. He's played a number of games. He's got over 200 games in the NHL. So he knows what it takes to be here. He's a very versatile player. He can play the center ice. He can play both wing positions. He can kill penalties. He's a smart hockey player. So, they're both going to add something to the mix. I think they're both guys that I know that they'll come in and they'll bring us a ton of energy and enthusiasm.
Mike, where do you see Trevor Daley making the biggest impact in this lineup?
I think his puck moving ability and his mobility. I think he'll help us get out of our end zone more efficiently, more effectively, hopefully with the puck. But certainly I think that'll be an area where we hope he'll have a major impact. I think he'll help us on the power play. So we really like his mobility. We like his puck moving ability. I think it's going to help us on both sides of the puck, both offensively and defensively. Defensively, if we can get out of our end zone cleaner and more efficiently, we spend less time there. And so I think on both sides of the puck, I think he's going to help us in that regard.
I think he leaves Chicago maybe wondering what went wrong there, or why he wasn't used, maybe how he thought he would. Do you have a conversation with him in terms of expectations, or how do you help him with that?
At this point, I haven't. I don't want to fill his head with thoughts. I want him to play inspired hockey and do what he does best. What I spoke to him about is just being himself, playing with confidence, playing with energy, and we're excited to have him. We're thrilled to have him. We know he's going to make us a better team. As he gets more acclimated with our group, we'll spend more time with him as far as defining expectations and understanding the details of how we play. But for now, I just want him to be himself and to play inspired hockey.
Coach, you spoke a little bit about Connor. You yourself are a BU guy. You got a lot of BU hockey East Town on this team in general. What do you think that speaks to about that league?
Well, it's a great league. Obviously, they're producing a lot of players. I'm a little partial to BU. I think that might be the best school in Hockey East. But you know, they've produced a great amount of players over the years. So I had a great conversation with Coach Parker yesterday about it. But I think it just speaks to, I think, the depth of college hockey and the type of players that they're producing.
You had Bergeron before anyone else had Bergeron. Looking at the career he's had, I mean, did you think that he had this ahead of him?
Yes, I did. I thought, you know, when I had him, he was an 18-year-old kid, and he surprised everybody coming out of training camp, and he's done nothing but get better and improve from there. Patrice is a quality person. He's a great player. It doesn't surprise me one bit what he's able to accomplish.
How much was he not on your radar, at the start of that? If you can think back to way back when, where he just kind of burst on the scene there and surprised everybody.
Well, none of us expected him to make the team back then.
Yeah.
It's a hard league. It's a man's league, and it's a hard league to break into as an 18-year-old. But he certainly raised eyebrows, and he earned his way. It wasn't like we handed it to him. He earned his way, and so. But he's a quality person. It doesn't surprise me one bit.
For you, Mike, did you think it would take this long for you to get back in this position after you left Boston?
I haven't really given a lot of thought about it. It's when I decided to get into this profession, the coaching side of the business after I retired, I knew it was a hard business. It's not for the faint of heart. It's by nature of the position, you're always going to be second-guessed, and that's the nature of coaching. I love coaching. I love being around the rink. I love interacting with the guys. I love the fire of the battle. So I knew what I signed up for when I got into it. It's been a long road, I guess, but I've had some great experiences along the way in all the different capacities that I've coached. I had a great experience in Wilkes-Barre this year so far and coaching that team. But I think the nature of the business is it's I understand the pressures associated with it and the challenge of the profession. It's not an easy business, But as I said to our players when I first met with these guys, that pro sports is hard. It's a struggle, and so I think part of having success or finding your way through it is you've got to be willing to embrace it a little bit, and so that's what I've tried to do.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, so.
Thank you.
They stole the show.